Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Thursday, November the 9th, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. Our hypotheses are our trade plan for the day. We do create multiple trade plans. We do not know what the market's going to do. But we can create plans based on what the normal auction logic will be, and then wait for the market to open up, determine who's in control and what plan is best going to suit the market, and then execute on that plan. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day for our members. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. So taking a look at yesterday. Yesterday we open auctioned in range, came down, tested the value area low, did not get below the prior day. Responsive buyers stepped in, rotated us up, and we basically spent a large amount of time in this boxy area of the profile, and then we finally broke and went up, and looked like we were going to put a new all-time high and equalize that high. They just stalled out and they went sideways. Double distribution day would close near the high. We are expecting for the market in the Globex to go up and take out that double top at 93.50 and put in a new all-time high. And we did exactly that. Double distribution, we have an LVN zone that runs from 87.75 up to 89. We're currently trading below the prior day low and below the key line in the sand, and trading just below it right now at 79.50. If we take a look at the Globex, and we opened auction in range, and then we pushed up, and we ended up putting this new all-time high in. This this was another good example of a FUBAR Mr. Sneaky that showed up at the range high and rotated down. You could have taken that trade, and I know a couple people contacted me and said they did take this trade, and you could have got a really nice run all the way down. One of the things that I always talk about in the room, that when you see, a lot of times when these moves out of balance are about to happen, you'll see OTF participation in the Globex, and you can see here that pretty much all night we had OTF participation and extra volume. We had 362,000 contracts so far go in the Globex. So the OTF is getting involved. We had a 19-point range so far, and we had expansion, and we had a break of a key line in the sand at that 25.80. And we are going to be opening up outside of range and outside of volume if we hold value, if we hold below this 25.8150. Let's just take a step back, get some stuff out of the way here. Let's take a look at the economic calendar. We just had the continuing jobless claims that came out higher than expected. Initial jobless claims, the same thing. New housing price index month over month came out as expected. Right now we've got ECB Constancio speaking. 52 minutes, we've got the Bloomberg consumer confidence. 10 o'clock, we've got wholesale inventories. And then we've got natural gas at 10:30, and then the 30-year bond at 1 o'clock. Other than that, that's all the scheduled news. Of course, today there's supposed to be uh, voting on the tax plan. Whether that gets done or not, I think the market is anticipating that this plan will not get passed, and one of the reasons why we're seeing some weakness coming into the market. Taking a look at the earnings, again, earnings has been pretty good again. You know, a bunch of beats. There is some significant ones that are after the market, namely Nvidia, Disney, uh, Hertz. Those to me are going to be the big ones for tonight. Nvidia should be a market mover as Disney, and we got Nordstrom's too. So got some earnings after the market. It is the Thursday, the second last trading day in the week. The week open is 25.80, so we are trading just below the week open. Let me just put that in. 25.80. This is the full session open. All right, one thing I like to do is I like to start each morning with a simple candlestick chart and look at the monthly. What I'm looking for is where we are in the trend. I use a 9 EMA, 20 SMA, and I also use it for chart patterns and candlestick recognition. The trend is still very much strong on the monthly. We don't even start to challenge the trend on the monthly until we get down into the 24.72 area. We are in the upper channel still of the upward sloping fork. We did put in a new all-time high. This is like the 68th, I believe, new all-time high in 2017. It is also, again, an unequalized high. Now, this one might be a little bit different. It might hold for a little bit longer. We've been taking them out pretty quick lately because of the strength of the market, but we're now 19 points off of that. So this, unequalized Globex high might last a little bit longer and allow us to take a rotation down base and then start working our way back up into the end of the year. So this could be a high that might last for several weeks. I don't know, but that's my thought right now, as long as we stay below that 25.80 area. Going to the weekly, you see that again, we've got strong trend. Trend doesn't even get challenged till we get to the 25.51. We have fallen out and broken below the daily. So let's take a look at the daily here. This channel I've been watching on the daily keeps getting challenged, but we keep closing back inside of it. And to close back inside of it, we've got to get back above the LVN zone from yesterday and into the upper distribution. So that'll be interesting. This is a pretty big move down, but hey, buy the dip buyers keep coming in. Who knows if they step in again today. We are challenging the trend with the break below the 25.80. We're below the 9 right now. A violation of the trend will come if we break below that 25.70, and that's going to be the next key level for us below. Going to the intraday, you see that we've broken down in the Globex and had a really weak Globex, and we're below the 9 and the 20. Going to the 30-minute, you see we got good slope, good separation. Again, one of the reasons why I don't think the high is in, other than an interim high, is because we've got repair work to do above. We've got a naked cross up here at 25.91.75, but right now we're getting a trend change and seeing a push down. Going to the 15-minute, same thing, good slope, good separation. We come back, tested the 9 from below, and have rejected it so far. Going into the 5-minute, see that we tried to get and hold above the 9 and we came down and failed. This could be a basing pattern here. We'll wait and see. Keep an eye on that 79, 75 area. Again, that 80 area is going to be very important to us. So take a look at the actual structure of the market. We did get a shift of the 3-day VPOC up into the 90 quarter yesterday. It was down here at the 87, and yesterday with the amount of time we spent in that 90, it shifted above. So value is above. We've broken below the 3-day micro composite, below this key line in the sand, and we're coming back towards this 76, 75 value that they found and accepted after the breakout of the longer time frame balance. So we're now chopping around this the 77. I'm expecting a push down to the 73.50 today at some point as a key target below. Very important level, which is going to be our key line in the sand today, is going to be that 25.70 area. The value area high of the microcomposite is 70.75. We've got the value that they accepted just before the breakout here at 62 area, 61.75, and then of course the what started this last run up is the microcomposite VPOC here at the 49, when we took a trip down through value down into that 41.50, where we found strong buyers for a run to make new all-time highs. So in terms of the overnight session, inventory is about, I'd say, 80% net short. We've got another double distribution day going, large range, high volume. So we are seeing some weakness. I am expecting, to see continuation lower, but we'll probably get some balancing of the inventory with a push up towards that 80. If we get above the 80, I'm looking for them to come up into the 84 and possibly up into the overnight VPOC. It has not shifted yet. It probably won't shift due to the amount of volume that went through there, but we'll keep an eye on it. So let's start moving our levels over and set up our plan for the day. Our overnight low is at 75.50. We have that, sorry, just gonna move this up. That is 73.50. Our overnight high is a new all-time high at 94.50. Oops. And then we have our Globex VPOC at 87.50, just in the start of that LVN zone. We do have an LVN here at 84.50 overnight. It is the open from yesterday's session, so I'm going to use that. My key line in the sand is going to be the 70 area. And my over-under line is going to be our prior key line in the sand, which is going to be 80, but I'm actually going to move it up into the 81.50 because I want to see them get into the lower distribution from yesterday. And I want to see them get above this composite LVN and the week open that are both sitting right there at the 80 and 79.75. 81, 78.75 is the first target, and we're trading it right there. And then the overnight low at 75.50. Balance at 73. Key line in the sand. I don't know why I keep doing that. And then below that, we've got the 68. Let me bring this out now. Just got to take a look at this. The 68. And then the 62. Which is basically right at that naked VPOC and close. And then our weekly downside ATR shifts up 94.50. Our weekly 20 period ATR average true range is 34.81. So that gets shifted up to 59.75. And then our next line in the sand becomes our major support line. That is the value area high of the longer term microcomposite. And then below that, we get the 54.75, and then the overall balance down here at 49. This is no good. And then the next key line in the sand is at 38.50. Okay, our daily ATR is running at 1268. Our 20 period full session average true range 20 period. So off of the high overnight of 94.50 minus the 1268. My calculator just froze on me, sorry. 94.50 minus the 1268. So 81.75. So we are currently below the average true range for the day. And our upside daily ATR off the low overnight of 75.50 is 88.25. Now we've got 2 sessions left. Our week open is 80, so 2 times the average true range is 25.25. So our week open is 25.80. Come on. So our critical mass today is down at 54. I don't think we're going to see it, but, 54.75 right at that naked VPOC. The reason I'm putting it in case we get into a free fall. All right, so those are the levels. Let's talk about our hypotheses. So we are seeing some weakness. We came down and we tested the 75.50. We're going to open up outside of range, outside of value. So my hypo 1 is an open auction out of range. Seeing responsive buyers, we have a gap. So let's take a look at what the gap is. Currently trading 77.75. so we can approximate this. We still have time to go, so we'll have to adjust it on the open. But our close was 91.25. So our half gap fill is this 84.50. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this on a separate line just simply because we're probably going to have to adjust this. All right, so looking for an open auction out of range. I'm looking for responsive buyers coming up to test the range low. And this is where I would expect to see the first resistance. But if we push through it, I'm looking for us to go up into the middle of this upper distribution. I'm looking for open auction outside of range, a push up, and somewhere between 81.50 and 87. I'm looking for, and it's a big range because it's a whole lower distribution. And if we get inside of the prior day range, they could probably get a little bit aggressive and push us through. But I'm looking for, responsive selling up here to step in, start rotating us down, okay, break below the 75 and push down into this 72 or the 70 area and close around the 73.50 and come back into this area right here and close back down here. That is hypo 1. Hypo 2 has to be a open drive or an open test drive because of the gap. Failure to get inside of the prior day range and looking for open test drive and drive down into the 73 to 70 area, chop there, then fail and push down and come down into the 61.75 area and test the weekly downside ATR and close these naked VPOC and naked gaps. Start the repair work that we've got below us that we still need to do. Hypo 3 is going to be sideways consolidation below the prior day range and basically a sideways rotational day between 68 and 81 and just basically going sideways here. Hypo 4 is a failure to take out the overnight low, a push up into the prior day range, chop in the lower distribution, come up and test the LVN, and then get a push up into the upper distribution and close somewhere up here in the 90.75 area. So those are my four main hypotheses. Taking a look at gold quickly. Gold is found its base. We are pushing up. We got above the 83 yesterday. We got as high as 89 overnight. I'm looking for a hold of the 80 level and a push up into the 91, 93 level to continue this breakout today. If we don't hold the 81, then look for them to come back down into the 78, 75 area again. It's taking its time, but metals are starting to look a little bit more positive now. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.